Hey, yo, what's up? This is the Ahn Rho Project. Welcome back. I'm not going to dive into introduction. If you want that, you can check that out in the previous live streams. Right before January 2021, I've been doing 3 years of introduction. So if you want to understand what the Ahn Rho Project is about and what we do right here, who it's for, as well as the way we break it down to domains, subseries, analogies, multimedia projects, self-therapeutic project, all that kind of jazz, as well as the copyright music, where you can get it, as well as the titles and how many streams we do per day, blah blah, the schedule. Find that in the previous live streams. Why don't we get straight to the content we want to cover today? And of course, constantly on the move. It's like I'm having a new revelation every single goddamn 2-3 days, and that's because again, that's what the whole Ahn Rho Project is all about. It's all about me solving my problems and reaching the heights of set for myself. And one thing I've got to highlight in this particular live stream, the first and most important piece of content that I want to talk about is right here. You can't see my hand, I mean maybe up here a little bit, but you see there I expanded one of the task lists down there that it says I believe it says 230 or 228, something like that. No, 230. It says action episode 692, sorry, advanced propulsion. So ADV for advanced propulsion, line 229. It references the line above it, and it starts as of 0208. That's the day for today, February 8th, 2021. And so 229 stands for System Project Finalization of the Concept, incorporating the theme of imperfection into the Ahn Rho Project, into the subseries of the Ahn Rho Project. And I'm creating a new subseries now. And basically, this live stream, this episode, what you're watching right now, is part of that. Basically, one of the things I can do to increase, again, look at myself as a human processor, think of a computer chip, think of the life as a game, and you're an NPC in this kind of world, and we're all working together to solve the puzzle of life together. One thing that I've managed to, I had this moment yesterday at night when I was sleeping, rolling around, some ideas would come to my head and I would write them down. The most important thing that I need to get to is that basically the way to incorporate imperfection into my streams in a way that makes me comfortable with backlogging anything that is not important, so that I can focus my time, energy, attention, and resources on things that really, really, really matter. The urgent things that align with my long-term goals, with my purposes, with my motivations and objectives I set for myself throughout my entire life in terms of health, relationships, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff all together. Basically, in having a meaningful, happy, and, well, maybe not always happy, but at least a meaningful, fulfilling life. It requires, backlogging things. And I noticed that, I was looking for a solution and I found the solution. And so I'm going to incorporate one sub-series that is going to, basically, I'm going to file dump a lot of my live streams that in there. Just by having the streams there, it's a reminder to me that these live streams, these media assets, these photographs, these task lists, these screenshots, these ideas, they need to be fleshed out further and they need to be followed up on, but they're not going to be followed up on right now. And so that is the best solution. I right now have about maybe 150 photographs on my phone. This is going to be the last time I'm going to do these live streams with photographs for a good while, because finally, through the Ahn Rho Project, I have found a way, again, to incorporate, to defeat my perfectionism, really. And that's one of my major faults that I have in my character and weaknesses. And so why don't we run through it? This is the last time. I believe it's going to definitely bleed into the next live stream because I just spent about 4 minutes talking about that important concept. So I'm going to get rid of this right now. And we're going to run through the photographs that we have remaining for today. And this will probably be it. From now on, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick live stream. If I have any photographs, I'm just going to take a burst snapshot of them and cover it all in about like 30 seconds, the file location. I won't even cover the photographs. For instance, I'll just show the file location on my laptop and say, that's where the photographs are. I'll show like 1-2 photographs of what's inside to give me some memory jog, and then that's what it's about. And then I'll dump it away and focus on what's important on the Ahn Rho Project, on live streams, on my videos, on my podcasts, whatever. All right, so the final day. Well, what do we have for today? We have a lot of junk food. We had a lot of grocery items. We have a lot of depth food items. Depth foods, again, coming from insecurities, my guardians and stuff like that, domestic household issues. A lot of gift items, some stuff I gave away to other people too. So why don't we just run through them? I'm not going to be hesitant about this. Let's just start straight from the top down. I'm just going to run through all of it, and I'm going to commentate over it as usual. This is the last time we're going to do this. It's going to bleed into the second live stream as well, which happens about 10 minutes after this one ends. What you see here is basically this morning's breakfast. You can see the pumpkin pie that I purchased on sale from Walmart, and it was for $4. And here's a burst screenshot of me. You can see the oatmeal. Put in with it is the little bits of pumpkin spice. Really good, just for $4, or really $3.50, but plus tax. And of course you can see right there the stove. Now we're going to get a maximize on all of this in a second, but first you can see inside that burst snapshot that there were also some photographs of the receipt on the back. Now of course I'm not going to turn over the receipt, but I used these two receipts. You can see that there's a lot of writing on it. And why don't I show you on my table desk right here with the pen. This is something that I just kind of improv with yesterday. I found a way to essentially write down the ideas. Like I said, I was going to sleep, and then 15 ideas for content came up. Things that are solutions. Again, that solution to my whole perfectionism in my personal character that I'm trying to resolve on the Ahn Rho Project, on these live streams. I finally found a way, and I jotted it down, and it proved very, very useful that I did find a way to write it down. Now, anyways, back to the photographs we have on hand, of course. In addition to that, we have right now of course the breakfast, and I'm just running through it all. You can see that there's the supplements from Usana Health Sciences that I'm in business of, but also you can see the glucerna balls, which is really cheap, again from Walmart. I just mixed it all together, meal replacement plus the supplement plus the almond milk. You can see even that, not milk really, almond water, and that's Natura brand from No Frills. And now we have the close-up of the oatmeal before it's been microwaved. And so that's kind of what I have for breakfast this morning. And these are some high resolution photographs, again some aerial views, some from the different angles, and all of these are just basically in the future. Like I said, I'm gonna backlog these now. I found a way to get rid of them essentially without having to waste my time on it using the Ahn Rho Project. I'm just gonna put a new screenshot and a new sub-series. Imperfect, I believe it's gonna be named Imperfection, Imperfect Pragmatics, or Imperfect Perfection, just a paradoxical theme to it. And that's what we're gonna do. We have also, again, all this oatmeal here. I'm going to save, eventually put on all recipes or something like that. Think of a website where you can put on your recipes, or some sort of a photography site like Flickr. Eventually, reviews and stuff like that. All right. So it is some blurry shots here, just some test shots. Finally, we can move on to the things that we have from groceries. So now here's a burst capture. Now these are things from yesterday, not this morning's breakfast. So you can see clearly there's some sticky rice for Chinese New Year. So, something fell off, because basically we're having the new year coming up. I believe it's like February 14th or something like that. And on top of that, we also have some stuff that I gave away to my guardians, and this is what I gave away. These are the photographs of 2 slices of pie, pumpkin pie. I cut out about 2/6 or 1/3 basically. But I say 2/6 because 1/6 each going to one of my guardians with the paternal side as well as the maternal side, basically my mother and father. And I say that in a very sort of formalized way because, again, we just don't, it's a very broken dynamic we have here. But anyways, I'm not going to get too much into that. That's in a previous live stream or a future live stream. Sticky rice, this one's from my maternal grandmother's side, so she basically, again, something fell off, it's a Happy New Year. It's basically bringing here some sticky rice, and as a very traditional Chinese treat here. Inside is probably some pork. I was told that it's a salty version, so it has like fatty pork plus pulled pork and a boiled egg yolk, as well as stuff like what else do we have in there? Sometimes there's like preserved egg. Yeah, there's that too. Anyways, if you are Chinese, you'll be familiar with it. Now here's a burst snapshot of the junk food I have, so you can see, not that very healthy. We have this tandoori barbecue flavored potato chips, where I just wanted to try a one-off thing. In fact, you can see in the backdrop right now, if I get rid of the pumpkin pie right there, sir. You see that? That's what it is. So that's something I'm going to cover in this next live stream once this one ends. But basically, again, I wanted to try it out. And the reason why it's only a one-off, obviously, it's extremely unhealthy. You're going to see, okay, here's the branding, yes. And it's inspired by Indian flavors. So I'm trying like different cultural tastes of like tandoori chicken. I've never tried that before, but apparently that's the way these chips are flavored. The point is, this is really horrible for me. So you see 390 milligrams of sodium for 50 grams. It's nuts. I would never ever do this if it weren't just to taste it, just to sample it. Really, I want to know what tandoori chicken tastes like. So, and now I open the bag. I know what it smells like. It does look. It does. It's familiar. It's very familiar. If I've ever passed by an Indian restaurant downtown in GTA, I definitely recognize that smell. And it's pretty good. It tastes good. But again, never gonna buy it ever again because of how unhealthy it is. Here's the best before. So 21 May, 25, 2025. So lots of time. Inspired by India. Again, just something that I've been eyeing for almost 10 months now. And I never purchased it because I was so reluctant seeing how unhealthy it was for me. But hell, just that's that. Here are the ingredients. Here's the imports. I find it always funny to see that's from Argentina, but it's just like, halfway across the world. All right, get rid of this. Now we're moving on to these. Now, where are we at? We're still at Walmart, and here's more junk food mixed in with some depth food. So we have, junk food is because it's the crackers you saw in the backdrop there. You can see the Cheez-Its up there, by the way, in the backdrop. But we also have the pumpkin pie once again, but these ones are good, nice photographs of the pumpkin pie. And yeah, so let's just cover that. And so here's the Cheez-Its, of course, scorching cheddar, as well as 4 cheese, Italian 4 cheese. I believe the ingredients say Monterey Jack, Romano, Parmesan, mozzarella, and Asiago. So that's a 5 cheese mix plus cheddar. So that's 6. It's nuts. It tastes really good. Not very good for me though, in terms of health and cardiovascular health, which of course I am in biomedical science, so I know exactly what that is. I realize there's also 3 people here watching from Africa TV, so 안녕하세요, Korean, right? So that's that. I'm not Korean, but there we go. Anyways, moving on, we have the pumpkin pie here. So again, lots of burst snapshots. Pumpkin pie boulangerie, and that's just a brand of it, on sale for about $4. And here are the photographs of the crackers when I opened it up. Lots of burst snapshots. So you can see exactly why this takes a lot of time for me and how it plays into the solution that I created at the very beginning of the live stream, saying that I'm just going to, from now on, skip ahead of that and just backlog it. So we're getting to the pie now. You can see the pie looks great, delectable. I took a close-up photograph. I tried as best that I could. The resolution's not exactly there. It's not up to the cut. That's fine, not a big deal. I'm not too concerned about that. Moving on, we can still see, again, more of these. I just take so many photographs. I got that plastic disposable spoon there that I bought from Dollarama. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice angle. It's just about 20 degrees above the horizon. So that's exactly the kind of photography you want if you're trying to post on Yelp or whatever. Although I'm not exactly reviewing a restaurant, right? I'm almost reviewing grocery items. That's what it is. Man, this is just great. This is great. I have 10 of these photographs here, and we really should just move on to the chips right now, but I really want to get through all of this. So I should say that, of course, this is the one that I split up into portions and gave a couple to my guardians. All right, moving on, you have some bagels here. So these, I bought bagels. I wanted to get grocery items. It was supposed to be groceries, so definitely not all of it was unhealthy. Some of it was pretty healthy. It was meal replacements and bananas and bread. And this, instead, there wasn't any bread that I wanted. I just took the whole wheat Dempster's brand whole wheat bagels, and that's that. So moving on, here's the snack item. So this looks a lot like Cinnamon Toast Crunch if it were spicy. But basically this is this is the Cheez-It. Sorry, this is a Cheez-It Scorching Hot brand. New flavor. I never tried it before. That's why I have it up here. You can see the texture. Very unhealthy, like extraordinarily unhealthy. I don't recommend you do this. Again, I'm just trying out different flavors. And the most important thing is this thing was on sale. Wow, I have so much enthusiasm for the last final stream of photography. Can you believe that? The final stream I'm ever going to do is the only one that I do right. The previous ones were so negative. I noticed I only have about 30 seconds left. And you see this in the back. So with only 30 seconds left, I'm going to continue the next live stream. This is the Ahn Rho Project. I will see you right here on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, where you're coming from. In 10 minutes, we'll start the next live stream. See you soon.